everybody, and welcome back yet again to InfiniteRP and episode 22 of the Lost City of Vedranis. Good to see everybody. Hope you're all doing well. It's been a minute. It's been longer than a minute.
No, it's been 3 weeks.
It's been 3 weeks. I hope everybody's been doing well. Let's just get right in to see how the cast is doing. I love the new overlay, by the way. It's so great. You'll see some new overlays and whatnot. Ray, let's start with you. How's your few weeks been?
Hey. No, they've been great. Just doing the damn thing. I got back into doing some streaming, and I've been planning out some cool things, and yeah, just doing the damn thing.
Yeah, I saw you streaming Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, after 1,200 hours of Red M, I have finally decided to play the story mode. So I'm in chapter 3. I'm really enjoying it. It's been a lot of fun. My Arthur looks like Mayday. It's a good time.
That's all.
It's a really good time.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So if you're interested in any of that, coming out with me.
I love it so much. That's awesome. Oh, Justin. How have you been?
I'm great.
I'm not gonna. I just need to not ask you because you always say it like
I
you're
said
upset.
what in a really soft and gentle and sensual way.
It sounded a little. It wasn't.
What?
That was not sensual for me.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
already, so
it sounded a little bit antagonizing.
No, I mean, I think maybe you're starting to interpret it that way. Hi, Cole. I love you. I'm great. I'm excited to be back with this crew, especially these people to play, and to get back into this. I've been doing really well. I just got back from a vacation. I took these weeks off to go out of town, and we had a great time. I'm glad to be back. This week has sort of been like hit the ground running week. But
yeah,
Dungeons and Dragons is a game that I think uses dice.
It does sometimes.
Okay.
Occasionally.
And we're the dragons?
Maybe we're the dungeons.
Oh,
I think we're the and, actually.
Maybe we're the ampersand. Ampersand, baby.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I also noticed that you've been streaming a little bit more as well.
I have been streaming more.
Which has been wonderful.
I've been back just, like I did it for a while and then I'm just like, oh, it stressed me out too much. And now I'm kind of back at the point where I'm like, oh, I don't have to care. And so I've just been streaming and having a great time on Wild RP. And I got a bunch of new emotes, and including my very first Deputy Harper emote, which I'll drop in chat. And
nice.
Yes, he's nice, and he's the nicest deputy. And so it's been super fun. I've had a good time.
I was gonna say I tried streaming a couple times, like. Mm-hmm. Over the past little while, and it's difficult for me to stream RP.
It is because I get stuff I'm thinking about.
I get so distracted by chat because I love my viewers and I always want to talk to them that I stop RP.
Right. The key is to hate your viewers,
but I can't do that.
Speaking of which, everyone in chat, fuck you.
My god, we just got 5 gifted subs and some
thanks, Wally.
Resubs. So we can't say fuck you to that. We're close to a hype train.
I love you. Hype train.
We love you all.
I'm muting my microphone.
Oh, Derek, how have you been, my friend?
I've been peachy keen there, friend. Peachy keen. Thank you so much for asking me. Just take a sip of this decimated Smurf. I've been great. I've been delicious, just like this drink. I have been playing a crap ton of RP. The Native American RP has been fucking fan-goddamn-tastic on the server. I've been having a bunch of fun with that, and the drama that has ensued along with that. We got a lot of craziness that's been going on. But been playing a lot of Back 4 Blood. Been enjoying the hell out of that, and preparing myself for a subathon that I'll be doing this Sunday to celebrate 1,000 followers on a top Derek Mountain. So
that's
overall,
amazing.
It's been a lot of planning, a lot of growth. It's been really good for the past year, and overall, I'm excited. I'm excited for the future. Overall,
hell yeah! Yeah, I'm excited for that, dude. Congrats on 1,000 followers, man.
Yeah, I think 225 subs. I get to reveal my dad bod. I don't think the fucking world is ready for that.
Wait, how many?
225 subs. I will reveal my dad bod.
Oh,
let's get there.
We got to see Dad Bod Derek.
You had to make it sound good.
Yeah, it's like the final morphing.
Yeah.
It's his final form.
I'm like a
Final
time. Get me into a
Right.
blast toy. So fucking ready.
Oh my
Derek
Derek.
evolves into Dadbot Derek.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I'm in it.
Right.
I'm in it to win it.
Love it.
Good.
Hell yeah. Give me a second. I need to
No.
do something. I need to do this really quick.
Rude.
What? This isn't rude.
No, I'm talking about fucking.
It's not about me. Because I said no. I'm being
Oh,
rude.
no.
Yeah.
Saucy.
True.
Get over here, you fucking Smurf body part, you bitch.
There we go.
Whoa, the DM does not.
Hey.
The DM is not supposed to drop gift subs.
Yeah.
That is
not?
not supposed to happen.
Why not?
That just happened. That just
Oh
happened.
God.
Yeah, listen,
Nice.
I just subbed myself.
I'm just so
That's
happy to
fair.
be back.
That's fair.
It's so good.
Y'all
to
are
be back.
great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're
You're
great, Derek.
fantastic. You know, no, stop it. You're great. Look
Cole,
at
you're
you.
We
great.
just have to get all the love out. We
Y'all
haven't
are
seen each
great.
other in
Can we
weeks.
just
Okay?
do
Man,
this?
I
Can we just do
wanna
this for
rub
3 hours?
Can we just
My
talk for
body
3
on your
hours?
face.
Oh my gosh, like really talk?
Hey, can I borrow your hair real quick there, Ray? Because goddamn, does it look fucking
I know, right?
Sweet Jesus.
Oh, hey,
I just want to
they-
put that shit
they-
on my head. Or I'll just take your head and put it next to my head and be
Mhm.
like, just
Sure. Yeah.
ebony and ivory together. Goddamn, then I'll take some of your beard too there, Lacuna. Oh my
We'll
god.
just.
if my
It'll be
Native
a
Americans-
Frankenstein. I want it. I want
Okay,
this.
and now you're going to say something nice about me as well? Yes. Because you did one for Ray and one for Okay.
What?
Alright. It's very good.
Justin, I love your glasses.
Thanks.
No, like honestly, I love them.
No, I got it. If I could have your charisma for 2 seconds, Casimir, I
Oh
would
my
have
gosh.
this.
That's
I would
true.
put this inside of
Casimir.
my body.
You are definitely the most charismatic out of every single one of us here.
I doubt that very highly because
No.
Derek's right over there. And you're all fantastically charismatic.
Where's my hand?
Right there.
Oh my god, we are different. I'm sorry, I just looked at the screen on InfiniteRP and oh my god, that overlay is beautiful. You see that big sexy fucking gray bitch in the middle right there, guys? You see it, chat? You see it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I see Wisp right now.
I rubbed my butt cheek on that. Sorry, mine's behind.
Oh my god.
Yeah, chat, how are you been?
Yeah, how's chat been? While that's happening, oh my god.
I'm just gonna keep
Justin.
doing this until I get one gifted to me. 'Cause I'm
How
not
do
a
you not have-
subscriber to this channel, but I want.
Do you want me to gift you a sub, Justin?
Yep, I do.
Wait, where
You
the
know what?
Hold
No,
on. I need to
you gift me a story in a fantasy world.
I was
And your
gonna say
friendship.
something, but that
you
would
gift
be
me your friendship.
Oh. Well, I can
Aw.
gift you a sub too. Anyway,
We're all losing it.
once Ray returns, we'll get into our
silly
recap.
Billies.
That should actually be an episode when Ray returns.
When Ray returns.
When Wisp returns.
No, it's better when we have alliteration.
the
Lacuna.
wisp on the wind.
He gets it. He understood the assignment.
I understood the assignment.
I got my homework done.
I understood the assignment.
Anyway. Oh, so let's look at these. Cole, who made these new overlays? Thank you for the
the-
gift sub, by the way.
You're welcome. This was the wonderful ACN as always. who has done
The ACN?
The ACN at a zoo who has done our wonderful
We love-
overlays. We love her. And we
Sexy
love
fancy.
Gavin for doing the character art and Kate for doing our production. Thank you so much. Also, I do have to say, we miss you, Isla.
We miss you, Isla.
So much. Hopefully
American
soon her schedule will kind of calm down a little bit. She might be able to join us. How about we get into our recap?
Please.
Because I've forgotten what happened after 2 weeks. Anyway, cue the music. Last we left off, you guys had defeated Dr. Karina Licht, the doctor who created the plague that runs rampant through the Old Croak Market. You also came into possession of a warp stone that has been dubbed or called the Primordial's Eye. You guys managed to escape the laboratory and found yourselves back in the mausoleum where your dungeon crawl had first began, along with a lot of magical items that you guys found. Marcoris was gifted a Pact of the Runekeeper from Lady Ilmero herself. Wisp had her staff of the Ikuhara awaken. So now it possesses some new abilities, and begrudgingly, Nock took a belt that made him a lot stronger, but he didn't want to take it for some reason.
Arm belt.
Oh, is it? Is it around the arm only?
It's around. I can't put it around my waist.
You could. It's like you're gonna be like Gaston and just flex too hard. What is gonna snap? You're gonna break a magic item because of your muscles.
It was all my buffs.
You guys also received a magic item, which was an orb, but it had the personality, the soul, we're not quite sure, of one Halifax Hornigold. As it was revealed that it seems like Halifax the Alhoun, the Illithid, had taken the name of this wizard upon himself. Maybe more to be revealed later. As you guys got to see through into the mausoleum itself, it looks like something had happened. The roof had collapsed, and there were lots of noises of crows and undead outside. You guys chose to go back down to where your journey had first began to see if you could recover the body of your bugbear, Vodder, as well as Calder. You were able to recover Vodder's body, but Calder was nowhere to be seen, and Halifax the Alhoun was also dead. You guys began your journey back to the asylum to return the warpstone to Sigismund, and had come across quite a few undead, which you were able to avoid. And Wisp decided to look into and try to speak to the Primordial's Eye, which didn't go so well, as the first time Wisp tried to talk to it, she grew 5 different eyes around her head, one at the back and some around the sides, one on her forehead.
Bonus eyes.
Bonus eyes, as you could call them. The second time she tried to talk to it again, she lost her eyesight completely, and is now blinded for who knows how long. We're not sure. All you know is that you felt the presence of something looking through your eyes, and it seems like you're not the only one who can see through these. You guys decided to rest for the night, and at midnight you called upon the Midnight Peddler, who gave you guys some items in exchange for some trinkets, as well as a tarp, or like a piece of cloth that he uses to cover his wares, and he seemingly parted that to you. And as you guys put that over the Primordial Eye, you notice instead of the fragmented, jumpy movement that it usually does when it's looking around, it went into this sort of lulled state. You guys were planning or trying to come up with a plan on how to approach the asylum if you were at all, and what to do with the eye. And so that is where we start this evening, as you guys are gathered around somewhere deep within the market trying to figure out what to do next.
I believe we ended on a long rest.
You did take a long rest.
Yeah. And we got a tarp.
And you got a tarp.
Fancy tarp.
So
when we wake up, am I still blind?
You awake and you feel your eyes open, all 7. You still cannot see anything.
I think then, instead of panicking, because Wisp is in almost a state of panic at this, I think they would try their best to feel around for their pack and do the same thing that they do every morning and every night, which is take out their calligrapher's tools and their notebook, and she's gonna attempt to still write her mantras, even though she's blind as a bat.
Okay.
I think if Marcoris sees her looking for their stuff, he'll try to do it without being noticed, but he just sort of like reaches out a foot and like pushes her stuff closer to her hand.
Okay, yeah, like it's just out of reach, and yeah, Marcoris kind of stealthily try to
slide it over.
Yeah, kick it over.
Okay. Just heads up.
Nock is just aggressively, as he sees her waking up, he stirs awake and he sits up, and he's just waving his hands in front of her.
I imagine she could feel the air wafting because she's an air genasi. So like I guarantee she just does one of those things where like she grabs your wrist mid like waft.
So you can see.
No. I can feel the air. It's not that hard. You're like super close to my face, but at the same time, I don't know where the rest of you is. And she'll start to like feel around to see if she can like find the orientation of where he is. And then after a minute, just like go back to her tools in front of her and pick them up and try not to seem like she's embarrassed. So she's trying not to like make it known.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to find your calligraphy tools and your writing utensils and
she'll pick them up and start
haphazardly try to
attempt to keep going. This time today it is only one color, you see. It's only one language, one color.
Does Wisp know what color that is? Or
no.
Like does she she doesn't? Okay.
She's attempting to write in common, but she has no idea what color she grabbed and if it's the correct color or not.
I think after she's at this for a while, she feels a weight of just like a pound or two on her shoulder.
You are being a stupid fool.
Good morning to you too.
You are unable to see what is the point of your writing.
Diligence. Why? Why do you care? Don't you have some very important business to be attending to?
All of my business is important. If something happens to you, then something might happen to my master.
Well, then why don't you and your master try to figure out how the hell to let all of my eyes see again?
For the time being.
She like vaguely gestures to all of the extra eyes on her body.
Each one doing all these.
She's just like all of them.
And Jiraxius.
So she still has her two normal eyes. Does she have 5 extra or 3 extra for a total of 5 or 7?
It was 7, so it's 5 extra.
So I have 5 extra? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Holy
crap. That's a lot of extra eyes. I thought I had 5 in total, so I was like, all right.
Nah, you got a couple more.
It's okay, 7
And
eyes.
Jiraxius says,
Fine. In this case, for the time being, I will guide you around. As if I'm your master.
She kind of like...
You are writing in the color you know as blue.
Oh, shit. And when he says that, I just start packing up because blue is not the color of common in her notebook.
Jiraxius gets down and starts helping her pack up stuff.
Cool. Yeah. Then I'll just pack up and kind of... I'm going to continue to sit. I'm not going to stand until I know what we're doing, but I'll pack up everything and stay on the ground and just kind of keep it all around me and just... So do we have a plan of what we're doing now?
To figure the hell out what this thing does.
And he pulls up the tarp. I hope it makes
nothing
like a
else, we can
sound
toss it over the big eyeball.
Yeah, so as you pull the tarp and the eye was kind of lolling about, all of a sudden just... And it just stares directly at you, Nog. As if
like
whatever properties that the tarp had, taking it off obviously seemed to
put it back. Put it back. Put it back.
Knock turns to the eye and goes,
Oh, you don't like this now, do you? All right.
Taunting the eye.
he stands up, he takes a tarp, and he starts like winging it out like it's like an old rug. And he kind of starts, he walks over to the right side of the room and sees if the eye follows it.
Make an insight check for me, Knock.
Insight the shit out of that. Let me just throw that shit right in there.
Inside.
Well, 23 right there.
That's a natural 20. Hell yeah. Well done. It is following, but you get the sense that it is not following the tarp, it is following you. As you can, those voices in deep speech that you can now understand, you can hear just the whispers echoing slightly in your head as you kind of like, there's a moment where you kind of meet the gaze of the eye, and there's just kind of one of those very non-romantic moments, that's very intense moment where you're staring at this eye and you can hear those voices start to build up in your head.
Nox stops fanning it as soon as he gets that feeling that comes over his mind, and he looks down, he turns back to Macoris, and he says,
There should be two things that are blind in this room.
and he throws the tarp over towards Macoris.
Cover that thing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, buddy. I mean, if nothing else, if it puts the eyeball to sleep, let's toss a towel over this bird cage. And he takes it and drapes it over the eyeball.
Okay. Yeah, so the last thing you see is the eye kept staring at Nock. When you passed the tarp over to Marcoris, that it did not turn in your direction. It was staring at Nock until you put the tarp over it, and you just start seeing it spin slowly underneath the tarp.
It's like it's sleeping under there or something. I mean, that's good, right? That way, cuts off any connection it might have. I mean, y'all feel okay? It's not making you any worse, is it?
So Nock has
Do I feel worse?
There's always this ever-present feeling of just this uncomfortable feeling whenever you're like, all of you feel it. It's ever-present. It just feels like this oppressive, dark feeling that you can always feel. I would say Nock, as the thing was staring at you, you felt it much more prominent. But yeah, you can all feel it. And once you put the tarp over it, it nullifies that feeling a little bit. It's still there, but it seems to be okay. For the most part.
Lingering headache, if anything.
Yeah.
All right. Nock takes his hand off of his head.
Well, if anything, that helped out a little. But how are we gonna go ahead and bring this giant-ass eye back to the Citadel, knowing that there's hordes of these necrotic beings that are just everywhere?
Yeah, I mean, we got to get back to basics, is my opinion. I mean, the question that's still sort of hanging in the air like a floating eyeball is, do we want these, what were they called? Chirurgeons? Do we want them to have this thing even? I mean, I'm not sure we can trust them. I've never met them. Y'all know better than I do. But if there's some sort of weird, creepy cult, you don't give them extra toys to play with.
No. So I think we were trying to find a place to store it. If not in here, go speak to the Cochrane and try to figure out if there's a way for us to entice the man, give him some more context to our journeys. We have many questions for this man. Many.
Yeah. And then the next thing, I mean, next on order of business is to get you some of those vegetables, right? The vegetables that help you feel better. Up in the swamp or whatever.
The lure weed.
Yeah, that's it. Lure
I
weed.
think we all might need that. and she like looks towards where she can hear Marcoris coming from, and kind of just like gives him, if she could, like a passing glance, because everybody's been pretty much touched by this warp disease except for him at the moment. So she's kind of like, she's very like, I think we're all eventually gonna need it.
Yeah. He's like, I mean, I hope not, but like, for the time being, we just keep this fella bagged up, and hopefully that'll do something. I say we leave it here. Is there anything around this? Like, I think we took an abandoned house or something like that.
Yeah, so you're in an abandoned house in the small kind of like offshoot road that you've taken, where you found a like a hangman's square, where like there was only one rope. It was a very, you guys I think took respite under that for a time before getting into it.
It was like it was
gallows,
storming or something, wasn't it? Yeah.
And as you guys as you notice now in the early morning, it is cold, colder than it normally is, and as maybe one of you look out, you see snow on the ground, maybe not like maybe an inch of snow, like a relatively decent amount of snow, depending on where Knock, you feel, maybe this is a strange comfort to you.
That's right. Reminds me of home, baby. Damn right.
But there is snow, and it is snowing lightly this morning.
Is there anything within this home that would serve as a hiding place for this beach ball eye?
Are you looking for like
maybe like a cabinet, or some sort of like trapdoor in the floor, or somewhere no one's going to stumble upon it?
Can I help you in this? If it sounds like you're starting to search through things, since I'm on the floor, can I start like knocking on the floor to see if there's a hollow spot to help him out?
Sure. You can either, it's up to you what you guys want to roll. You can either roll a perception, investigation, or a survival check. And if you guys want, you can give, if you want to both roll, you can both roll, or you can give the other advantage.
I'll give you advantage.
No, I'll give you advantage.
Are you sure? Okay. Okay.
You're also like, depending on what you use.
Well, I roll with disadvantage right now. Yeah.
Blind.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying. So
I
roll with disadvantage.
So if I held it, would give you a straight roll. For me, wisdom is not the best for your boy.
Okay.
It's kind of a dumb stat.
Yeah. Okay. Well, at least I have a plus in it, so let's do it.
Yeah.
I'll do investigation then. It's the same. They're both the same for me, but I'll just do the straight roll.
So you wisp knocking on the floor. I'm like, oh yeah, good idea. Okay, yeah, and then I'm gonna move some stuff aside. That's how
I got a 16.
Okay,
it's not bad.
So you begin kind of like hitting your fist and knocking against the floors, and it takes you a few minutes. But all of a sudden, as you're and all of a sudden there's a hollow spot underneath somewhere, like right where you are. You feel that there's
here.
All right. And I reach into my bag and pull out a crowbar.
Okay. And she'll just kind of like back up, just kind of scoot her on her butt.
Hey, good job. Yeah. I give her a thumbs up. She can't see it.
She doesn't respond. She can't see you. I have no eyes.
No, technically, you have a lot of eyes. They're just not working at the moment. I'm gonna sort of pry up that board
behind Macoris, by the way, with this crowbar. It just kind of like looms over him, watching him using a testament of strength.
Go ahead and make an athletics check for me, Marcoris.
All right.
Yeah, make that athletics check.
Okay. I'm sure it'll be fine. Hold on, I have to do it by pressing a button. Dungeons and Dragons. Oh shoot, I rolled it twice. A 10.
A 10. Knock, you're unimpressed with Marcoris's bout of strength that is not prying open any floorboards or anything like that.
Knock just goes, get out of the way, you small man.
And he reaches down there with his hands. And he grabs at the boards, like just shoves his finger in the middle of the board and tries to pull the boards up.
Okay, you can go ahead and make an athletics check as well.
12.
Marcoris, you are unimpressed with Nock.
No, Marcoris doesn't say anything. He just pops a single eyebrow. Like,
Yeah, there's just like a bunch of veins popping out. He's like,
I mean, there's no shame in using the crowbar. I mean, leverage. I mean, it's science.
Wait, did you use the crowbar first off?
I did. It didn't help.
Okay.
It would give me advantage, but I rolled a 10 and a 9.
Okay, fair.
So Nock then looks over as like pride just like slowly seeps off of like the top of his head and onto the floor. He just looks at Macoris and goes,
Together.
Yeah, together. And so, one more time with the crowbar and Nock and Marcoris, but not Jerry, who is guiding Wisp around.
Okay.
okay.
Before this happens, I have a question for you. Would you have? So all of you guys hold up in this room, this house together. Is Aiden with you, or did you make him sleep outside?
No.
Definitely with us.
He's
Okay.
110%. He's somewhere in the room.
So he starts sniffing around, and he gets to where you guys are at the floorboards and starts like scratching and kind of whimpering.
Okay. What is it, boy? What is it?
He looks at you, and you see
something under the floorboards.
You see one eyebrow raised from this hellhound that is technically still a person. But yeah, he like.
Sorry.
He's and again, like as like huskies do, as he's still trying to communicate to you. He's like,
Nock grabs him by his cheeks. Tell us your secret. Damn it!
He licks your face.
So while this is happening, Wisp is obsessed at this point. The tarp is covering the eye. The eye seems like it's in a lulled state. Can I crawl over to it, and since it's in a lulled state and doesn't know where I am, can I try to whisper in Primordial to it? Can I try to talk to it in Primordial? I know Primordial is a language.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Girl.
Okay.
Girl.
As this is happening, Marcoris and Nock, you can both roll athletics or give one advantage. While you're doing that and while these rolls are coming through, what are you saying to it?
Time out while that happens so we can roll. Derek, I'm going to let you roll the athletics check with advantage.
Gotcha.
I just want to ask it, or not even ask it. I just want to say to it, please help us hide you. That's all I want to say.
Okay. As you say this, all you hear is this kind of, you're not sure exactly what it is, but it sounds like you've been put in like either a large cave or some sort of like vacuum chamber where you can only hear like, it sounds like wind.
Almost kind of like when you put a seashell on your ears,
but
like kind of like that weird ambient noise.
But the hair on the back of your neck sticks up while this happens, but you don't get any response, and all of a sudden, Nock, you are able to rip off several pieces of this floorboard.
That's right, floorboard's got nothing on me.
I mean, we got to put it back. I mean, don't break it. I mean, we got to put it back so it looks.
Nock is like holding the board above his head.
Yeah, no,
right,
you did great. Good job, Beefcake.
I'm gonna start to, since I'm at where it is, I'm gonna hold it by the tarp area and just start to kind of like move it to where I think they are, and just to orient it to help them grab it and like try to move it down.
This looks so funny.
This looks so fucked. This thing is huge. This thing is huge.
One of us is a dog.
Wait, one of us is a dog?
Jerry is whispering in your ear. He's like, right.
Yeah, that's basically
Right.
what this is.
Back to the
like
left.
it's that camping
He's
game.
playing hot and cold with you.
Yeah, it's literally that camping game where you're supposed to just, somebody has like an egg on a spoon and they're
a trust
blindfolded and you're
exercise.
supposed to like
Yes,
tell them where to go. Like that's exactly what this is.
And
She's
your
just
guide
following
is your guide is Draxius, Devourer of Hope.
Yeah.
Like,
So I'm like, all I'm trying to do is just orientate it so like I'm standing in front of them so we can all try to like do this together and put it under the floorboards as peacefully and calmly as possible so this thing does not get angry.
And then knock as you rip up the floorboard, you just see a like a pit of some sort, kind of strange. As you see,
like
you can see like
foundation.
you can see you can see like the dirt like foundation around it, but it actually looks like some sort of pit in the middle of this house.
Nock looks down with his now, 60 feet of dark vision he got from the dwarven belt, and he kind of looks down as what he can see to the whatever would be the bottom, if not the bottom. How deep we talking? Past 60 feet from where I'm standing? It's
no, not 60 feet. Do you have dark vision?
Yeah, the belt.
You
the
got that
dwarven
belt,
gives
boy?
me, 60,
the belt.
60 feet of it. Yeah.
It's only maybe, I would say it's about 10 feet.
Okay. All right. From the base of the basement, earth, 10 feet down.
Is there anything in there?
Yeah. What's in there?
As you're kind of looking, you see, rocks, refuse, and then in the corner, huddled together, you see what looks to be the corpses of 3 figures.
Corpses. Okay. Nock looks down.
There's about a pit down there with about 3 corpses
Sweet.
together.
Oh.
And then he kind of looks around at everybody and with like a face with like a what the fuck face, he goes,
Out of all the houses to pick, we pick one with a pit underneath it.
Well, I mean, possible that everyone here got sick, and then your buddies back in that big old house cured them, right?
Oh.
Tossed them underneath. But
either that or maybe they tried to escape the sickness and got stuck.
Oh, you think they went underneath so they got down with the sickness?
Yeah.
Okay.
"Ooh, I'm gonna fucking gonna vomit."
Now this is real important. Okay. Which one of them looks like the most put together, the strongest?
Observing all the bodies. Are we talking about children? Are we talking about full-scale human adults?
2 of them appear to be smaller in stature. One of them, the one in the center, looks to be of a more adult size, I would say.
And relays. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, as you're kind of looking, all of a sudden you hear, and one of the head of the largest looks up to where there's a little bit of light sinking down, and it just stares at you.
I think he's gonna make it.
Nock goes,
2 children and 1 gangly one was looking at me right now.
Oh, he's moving?
he says,
Oh shit. All right.
Marcoris, I think this is your area of expertise.
Yeah.
back.
We're gonna have to put him down before we can. We're gonna have to tear something down before we can build it back up, if you know what I mean. By which I mean we need to kill that zombie in there so we can reanimate it and it can lead you around.
And as you guys are saying this, you hear 2 more.
Uh-oh.
As the other 2 begin trying to push themselves to their feet.
What's happening?
They're waking up.
Baby zombies.
And Jerry, and Jerry's like,
Back up. You are blind and useless.
She like flashes Jerry a look that's like, what the fuck, Jerry?
but she's looking in the wrong direction.
Yeah, totally.
I'm on this shoulder.
no, she would know which shoulder he's on.
Oh god.
Pickle. All right. Yeah. Let's see. Hold on. Let's put these folks out of their misery, okay? And I'm going to attack it. So if we want to do some sort of initiative rollery, we can.
If you want.
If you want.
Can I add one more thing?
Of course.
That I think, Mark Horace, you probably catch it before the others.
Okay.
You hear the larger one speak.
Oh.
As it says,
so Marcourse is like winding up to like Eldritch Blast this thing. And it talks like, whoa. Do I know what's going on here? Like through what I've perceived and what I know about undead creatures?
Oh, that's a good question. I will allow you to make... I'm trying to think of what check would be good for this sort
Arcana
of thing.
or...
maybe an Arcana or maybe a medicine check?
Medicine wouldn't be as good for me.
You
So
are
I
like
choose Arcana.
you still can't get like a good look at them because it is dark, and you're gonna go based off of what Nog is also saying.
Yeah. I got dark vision. I can see.
Okay,
but yeah. I mean, still down in a shadowy pit and whatnot. So would Arcana be okay?
Yeah.
Good. A 20, dirty 20.
You know, most undead do not speak unless they are of a higher grade.
Yeah, like your fancy undead.
Yeah,
right.
The ones for you and your Karnathi army type shit that you guys do.
Yeah.
It would be one of more of like a, not just your pawns.
It's more about numbers.
It's more like a ghoul. You could say.
Oh, okay, but it's asking for help.
I mean, that's what it's saying. You're not sure if it's actually asking for help, if it's trying to give you the run around.
Does it have anything else that like makes me think, oh, that's a ghoul? Like it has a big long tongue, or it has like anything weird like that? Okay.
I don't know how dark I want to go with this.
Yeah, all dark, please. Don't hold back.
Content warning for those watching at home. Cole's going dark.
I'm going dark. It's got a limb that it's grasping in its hands.
Does it belong to one of the smaller figures? Got it. Oh, help you. Okay. Is that your kid down there? You can just nod if it's too much work.
It sort of looks to each of them and then nods.
Okay. All right. Does this appear to have been female or male in life?
Female.
Okay. Oh. Shit. Okay. All right. We'll help. Just 1 second. I'm gonna turn around. I'm like, it's a mama down there. I think kind of kept alive by caring for the kids, but not alive.
Repeat what you just said. She's keeping her alive. The kid's alive.
Well, I mean, they're all, none of them are alive, right? We've had this conversation before. They don't have any soul or spark within them. They're just being pressed on. But her desire to protect her children has kind of brought her back from the brink, if you know what I mean.
So are these a gnaw type of undead, or are these the...
Well, pretty much all undead are the gnaw kind. I mean, with a few exceptions. I think in the right circumstances, she would bite your arm off. But, I mean, what do we do? Do we, and I cover Aiden's dog ears with my hands. Like, do we put him to sleep? Like, y'all, we can't put the eye down there with him. Who knows what sort of cocktail we'll cook up.
Are they even alive?
Again, no. I mean, that's a question for religious scholars, you know. My order would say that they're good for, like, thrown into a meat grinder, you know? Soaking up bullets and things, but like...
Can we even help them then? Is that even in
She's asking for help. I think she just... wants to help her kids, just working on instinct.
What if we just took them out of the hole and let them on their way?
They might attack us. They might wander off into the city and join the party out there.
Oh, what good are they here? They will die regardless.
Yep, I'm with you. No, Wisp was right.
Are they dressed in anything specifically?
Their clothes appear to be dirty and tattered, but they are wearing what looks to be commoners' clothing.
Knock puts his head over the hole.
What do you need help with?
It doesn't respond. It just lets out another.
Knock raises his head in frustration.
We gotta bury this damn thing if we're gonna look for the lure weed ourselves. Otherwise, the damn bird bastard, if he's gonna go ahead and give us a damn cure.
You're right. We got to get moving, y'all. I'm afraid we're going to have to lay these folks to rest. They're not enjoying anything right now.
Might as well give them a peaceful exit now instead of a painful one later.
Knock elbow drops him from the top rope.
Oh, okay.
Probably not. He's gonna wait. He charges up a firebolt, looks down as his back starts to billow in flames. Then I want to shoot a fireball at one of the children.
Okay.
Take a
Oh.
Maybe for like the sake of like, yeah, the moment. We don't see what happens. I would say we just get a view of outside the home with the snow falling, and all of a sudden you hear the muffled, like of maybe some firebolts or some eldritch blasts going off, and then cutscene back to you guys. You have
just all of us. Everyone. I think everyone inside would just look like grim. You know, at what we just had to do, except for Jerry. Jerry doesn't care, but like the rest of us are like, oof. And then Marcoris is going to reach down and grab the hand.
Welcome back.
Yes, welcome back. We just had a quick break. I think Marcoris is going to reach down and touch the mother's body. I'm going to start incanting under my breath, and he takes one of his daggers and slices his thumb open, and like drags the blood from his thumb across her eyes.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Animate Dead.
Okay.
And rise her, just get her to get up and come with us for a while.
Okay. So yeah, she stands up. You need to kind of help.
I'll just reach a hand down, help her pull her out.
And just kind of stands there, arms drooping, kind of head to the side, still holding one of the limbs in her hand, and every so often, and just taking pieces and bites out of it every so often.
And so Marcoris is like, well, I mean, again, not doing any good down there. She might as well help. Here, we need. Shit, I didn't even ask her name. Did anyone ask her name? All right, Sheila, come here. This is Wisp. And Sheila. And you feel like a cold zombie hand reach out and grab your hand. It's like just
her eyes would be wide if they could see things. Like she's just
all of
like,
them.
Yeah, they all just kind of widen and they're like,
she's just gonna make sure you don't run into anything and sort of be like meat shield. You ever heard of that phrase? Meat shield. That's a good one.
Yeah, sure.
Wisp is in a terrible game of guess the object in the box where you just have to stick your hand.
Oh, it's the worst.
This is the worst.
You can smell her for sure.
Yeah, this is the worst. She's thoroughly trying to keep her disgust from showing. Okay. All right. This is my life now.
No. She's gonna get you as far as you need till we can cure whatever this is. Now, are we going to this? Who are the bird people? Eric Cochrans? Or are we going to? Try and find this lure weed on our own.
Preferably would like the lure weed first so that I could see.
But
just
we
in
need
case
them
when
to
we get
tell us where it is.
No, we know where it is. It's north of where we were.
Near marshland.
Well, shit.
Yes.
Let's hide this eyeball here. Mark on our little map where we left it. Okay. And then find this marsh and pluck that thing out. See if we can't turn it to some sort of cure.
Yeah, Nock looks towards Northman and goes, after you say that, he says,
Do we even know how to go ahead and make this thing into a cure? Or is it something we just eat?
Y'all don't have a recipe or?
No, we were just told to get the lore weed. From my understanding and from my assumption, it's just something that we eat. Nobody said anything about making it into anything.
Maybe we do need to talk to the doctors first. You did what they asked, right?
So we got the damn eye, and we got whatever the hell they would want us to go in there to. But we killed the lady. That's what we were told to do. Told by the Eric Cochran to kill the woman. But that man knows how to change us all or to deal with this. He does. He's a scientist. But the lure reed is what he said we need.
Right. And he knows how to use it, you think?
Right.
Well, maybe we should head back and see if we can't get paid for the job you did.
Based on where we are now, where Wisp remembers when her eyeballs were open, were we close to where the lure weed is supposed to be? Because she remembers it was in a swamps to the north. That is what she's been holding on to.
So you are about you're a few hours away from the asylum. From there, you were told it's north. You were not told how far north it was, so you're not actually sure how far away you are. I
thought it was a day's. It was like a day or two's travel past it. We were told it was like. It was between a day and 3 days north, but it was unsure of exactly how long, but it was more than a day. I think.
Yeah, you might have to either make the journey to find out or ask Sigismund if you choose to meet him.
Oh, I'm recalling we make a tea. We have to make a tea with the lure weed. We need an herbalist specifically to make the tea for us, or else.
Okay. Do we know any herbalists?
No.
Herbalist and.
First things first.
Too far.
Get the weed.
Yes, but the problem is we need to go to the asylum first, regardless. It's north of the asylum, so we'd be passing through anyways.
All right. Do we got a backup plan in case they try to trap us inside and kill us all?
Well, we have what they need. She is dead. We were sent there to kill her. She is dead.
Okay.
But we have discovered they have no idea to what we have. But it's down here underneath this floorboard. So, we have leverage if they decide to give us an issue. If they themselves know the cure, it's available. If they have the lure weed, we can tell them we need the cure. We did what you wanted us to go ahead and do. So give us what we need.
And then we'll give you the eyeball. If they ask for it. They might not.
If they ask for it.
All right. Sounds good. Aiden, what you think? Good boy.
I
I agree.
Knock like goes over to Wisp and grabs her by both her shoulders and goes,
Does this sound like a righteous plan?
As righteous as we can be at the moment. I think it's our only option.
All right.
He then like almost like kind of like in secrecy, but like for Wisp.
Do you want to ride on my back? Save your strength.
She'll kind of like cock her head a little bit at you in contemplation for a second, and then just kind of like sheepishly nod.
Knock walks outside, greets the cold, and the very familiar cold as like the snow just melts upon his face. Yeah, and he's going to then crouch down at the doorway. Hold on though. I am leaving Varda's body there as well.
Oh.
At the house.
Okay, that's good to know. Where are you putting his body?
I'm going to put it in the most off-crop part of the room of the house, so just like not in the living room. Like if there's like a bedroom and whatnot, I'm going to lay his body in the bedroom.
Okay, and then the only other question I have is: are you leaving the tarp over the eye? Okay.
And can we? Wisp will make it a point to kind of like tell him if she knows that his body is gonna stay there, to make sure that it's away from like the windows, to save from the cold and decomp and things of that nature, to try and keep it as
people
preserved
noticing
as
it
possible.
and coming in and poking.
Yeah, to kind of keep it hidden, but to make sure that it won't get ruined.
Anything that involves shrouding this body of Vardar. He's already covered in a blanket, so if he has multiple blankets that are there, or if I got to put him underneath the bed, and the bed's bulbous up a little bit, even though he's underneath it, whatever gives the illusion.
Yeah, you can scrounge up some things to make it work, I'd say. All right.
A pillow fort.
Yes.
You would like this.
It would be a pillow tomb technically, but so it is, and you don't know this, but I know that that's what Vardar would have wanted, is a pillow tomb. So
hell yeah. Okay, is there anything else you guys want to do while you are here?
No. I do want to point out, no, but I do want to point out that currently Wisp is riding on Nock's back, while Sheila the zombie is holding onto Wisp's hand, and Jerry is riding on Wisp's shoulder.
I have a zoo.
Yeah.
Ida is also next to you guys.
We have a dog.
Yeah, we have a whole
You have a
It's
hellhound.
What a camaraderie.
He seems, as you guys like, make your final preparations and get going, you notice that he's having fun. Like, as you guys walk, you guys are walking and trudging through snow, so you can hear the snow crunching under your feet and everything like that. Eerily quiet. You can't even hear very many crows anymore. It seems whatever group of flock or murder of crows that have kind of been in the area have passed. But Aiden is busy blowing little fire breath into the snow as he walks. And is just melting the snow as he walks, and he's like doing this thing, and it's just like melting the snow as he's walking. He seems to be having
you having fun?
Like shakes his head. So, okay. Let me get a little bit of a change of music. You guys travel for another 3 hours or so. I'm going to bring you over to the map, and whoever wants to drag you to where you're needing to go.
Us to here.
Perfect.
To here.
And that is where we are.
Indeed.
Walter Cross.
So, Walter Cross. So, after, like I said, a few hours, you begin to see kind of the terrain make a little bit of a dip. as you kind of crest a small hill and you see the asylum before you. The first thing you notice is a strange grayish white aura that completely encapsulates the entirety of the asylum. Marcoris, you would pick up on this pretty quick. This is some sort of arcane barrier.
Okay.
It looks like. And on the outskirts, you see smoke in various
outside
points.
the field.
Outside the barrier, there is smoke rising from behind buildings. It doesn't look like anything's necessarily like it doesn't look like any houses are on fire or anything like that. But there is like a noticeable amount of smoke in several locations. It looks pretty dour.
Sure. I'm going to say, hey, Jerry, I think Wisp is all right as Nox's backpack for the moment. Why don't you, and without even, saying it, Jerry is going to go invisible, and he's going to take off. I want to see where that smoke's coming from.
Okay.
What the situation. So I'm going to just send him out to scout a little bit and to get a closer look.
Okay. So you send him on your way. And let me pull up some stuff real quick. So what he sees as he begins getting closer, he doesn't see very many people milling about. It seems like as he gets maybe closer to this barrier, he sees a lot of people within the barrier, but he does not see any people milling about in the market square around.
And also, it's not like there's a sea of zombies pushing against the barrier or anything like that.
No, not anymore. As you guys had seen some sort of things,
right,
accosting the area.
Is there bodies of those necromorph-like creatures that were on the stairs? We're talking about like from post.
That's what he sees burning. Are the many bodies of these, not zombie-like, but these warp spawn that you guys had seen some people and patients turn into. Marcoris, this is your first time seeing it, but you see bodies in various states of transformation. Some of them are fully transformed where they're bloated and like their limbs are elongated in strange areas. There's like they have tentacles sprouting from the backs of their arms and things like that. Their teeth have become sharpened and grotesque. They have these long tongues, kind of like Nock has, and things like that. So you see those sorts of bodies being burned, as well as some bodies of fallen Kyrogen, as well as maybe some of the fallen citizens.
Who's doing the burning?
It looks like there are Kyrogen out there. You can see at each pyre or like pile, some of them are more piles and some of them are pyres. But
piles and pyres.
Piles and pyres and pirates. I don't know.
There's pirates?
No. That should have been the episode title. Piles. Pyres, piles.
Killing me with the alliteration.
Pyres, piles, and carpets.
My.
Oh my. You can see Kyrogen, and there's probably maybe like 3 or 4 Kyrogen per burning mound. And it looks like they're in various states of kind of keeping watch, as well as a couple of them are praying, and it seems they have these chains that they're holding with a small like smoking I can't remember, I don't know what they're called, but the little incense burners, like the encapsulated incense burners, and they're like holding them and kind of swinging incense or something that's
they're called censers.
Censers. Thank you.
Church nerd.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Glad you're here.
Yeah, that's come in handy. He's relating all this back to everyone. He's like, Paul's the masked doctors, the Kyrogens are burning bodies. A few townfolk, a few Kyrogen, a lot of weird mutated monsters, like with too many of some body parts and not enough of others. He's just sort of relaying everything he sees. But it looks like the Kharadron have control of the area. I don't know what that force field is here, but I got a real strong feeling that Sheila won't be able to go through it. Maybe not Jerry either, I'm not sure. Well, y'all want to stroll up?
Well, the bodies, just so you know, are that's what happens if we don't get the lure weighed fast enough.
Okay, well, let's hottail it. Come on. Start heading down over the ridge.
Naka's like looking at Makoris and goes,
Yeah, you definitely want to deal with one of me size one of those, now do you?
I don't want to deal with any. No, especially not, but no. None of them.
He goes, yeah, me either.
It's like a little pep in the step.
Start heading down towards the asylum.
Okay. You guys begin, like I said, making your way downtown.
Fast paces past him homebound.
Yes. And you continue to pass these homes that have been empty. You pass the same market square that you had originally met some of the citizens in, and that little girl that Vaughter gave the book to. Completely empty. And now you notice white X's have been marked on those doors as well, as you continue walking through this barren market. Before long, you come across one of the piles of burning warp spawn, and you can hear couple of the Kharadron chanting, and then one of them sees you and puts his hand on his sword, and he says, "State your business." Kind of looking at you warily.
Marquardt looks to the others.
We're a friend of Sigismund.
You state your business. We ain't talking to you. We got business with Sigismund.
Preoccupied at the moment. He has asked not to be disturbed.
Well, he's going to want to be disturbed for us. You can bet on that. Tell him that the people that he sent out to deal with one of his problems are back.
Yeah, we solved
my
it.
parakeet.
At this moment, Kimura steps forward. She's like, "Here," and she takes her medallion of the skull emblem that Roderick had given you, and she says something along the lines of, "You can take this and tell him to shove it up his ass. Now we want to talk to him." and they kind of
shove it up his ass.
And shove it up his ass. All right, that's all good.
Miss you, then.
All right. I don't know why Kimura's not French.
She's French. This has always been canon. Okay.
Shove it up your ass. The Kharadron recognize the symbol, obviously, and they turn and look at one of them who is keeping watch, and they both nod. The two nod, and they go back to their chanting. And the one who's talking to you says, "Follow me, please." And begins walking towards the asylum.
I'm going to walk up beside him.
Okay.
And just sort of lean over and be like, "How do there, Marquardt Dig? Nice to meet you."
Dorian, pleasure.
And Dorian, pleasure to meet you as well. How long you been here at the asylum?
Time is strange here. I'm not quite sure.
Oh yeah. Ominous. All right.
And he kind of like nods, and he's like, if you could see like his eyes, but behind his mask, he might be rolling his eyes or kind of giving you a strange look, but you can't really tell. You can see like the outline of his eyes behind the purple spectacled glass that their mask and whatnot. But he continues walking without saying much. It seems the emblems that you have obviously are getting put to use. he keeps walking, and you pass a few more pyres in which he takes a moment to stop and bows his head reverently to the pyre of, and you can see citizens and what look to be Kyrogen on this pyre.
I'm gonna sort of point those out to him and say, friends tell me this is worse than usual. Things getting kind of hairy.
Yes, there was a...
I mean, we were underground fighting an awful spider undead monster lady, and so we were a little bit busy. What happened?
There was a earthquake, I guess you could say. And afterwards, all hell broke loose. These things came out of every rich building, out of the ground.
What, the mutant things?
Yes.
Shit.
Some of the citizens who were vaguely sick, mildly sick. We lost them much too quickly. Anyway, we had to put up this barrier to keep them out. The ones that weren't already in.
What kind of creatures does this thing keep out?
You'd have to ask the ones who are keeping it up. And as you guys are approaching, you see this kind of glossy silver white barrier that almost looks kind of like smoke, but like contained within a dome, essentially. You can see a couple Kyrogens standing behind it at the gate of the asylum, and behind that you see another Kyrogen who's got his hands up like this, and is seemingly, as Marcoris, you can tell, being a user of the arcane arts, maintaining concentration and chanting consistently under his breath. Dorian speaks up and he says, "These ones are here to see Sigismund. They have the emblem. I think we should let them pass." You can hear muffled voices behind the barrier, and they kind of give a nod or a salute. And he says, "Follow me."
Does the barrier drop altogether?
It does for a moment.
Okay.
And you can see as the barrier begins to kind of dissipate, you notice that there are 4 other places that seems like the barrier is still being kept up. So this is one section that is being brought down, allowing you to pass. And they're like, quickly, if you don't mind, just...
yeah, come on, Sheila, quick, especially you, Sheila, come on. I'll hustle my zombie through the door.
Knock shuffles in real quickly.
She's cool. She's cool. Yeah, she's with us. Sheila, wave to this guy.
Hi. Come with me.
How?
And you guys make your way into the square and the grounds of the asylum. Dorian continues speaking as you approach the asylum proper, saying, "We didn't know. Well, we weren't expecting any of this. One of the heads of our order, Roderick, lost an arm and is in critical condition. Hopefully, he should make a full recovery. It just might take some time. Sigismund has kept himself locked up in his chambers ever since. And then, well, bless the rook that the crows came."
Oh.
And this is, and you notice as you pass the barrier and the barrier goes up, hundreds, if not thousands, of crows line and dot the trees and sit along the fence and the stone walls of the asylum and just kind of watch you turn their heads.
Marcoris sort of picks up on that and says, "Yeah, bless the rook. I love the rook. Big fan. I'm so glad all these crows showed up." And like tries to suddenly like look at the rest of the group like,
Wisp just kind of like looks up to the direction of like where she hears them, but like I have no idea. No clue that there's that many.
Yeah, Knock looks up and around and goes,
Man, these people sure do know how to make you feel welcome.
You guys continue on further, and ahead of you, you see makeshift tents have been put up, and you start to see many more people. You can see commoners, peasants, townsfolk have seemingly made their home here, behind the barrier, behind the safety with the Kyrogen. You can see Kyrogen tending to these people, bringing them food and water as they can, keeping some of them confined. It seems as maybe some of them are still a little sick. You see a couple children run across the road, playing with each other, just chasing each other, and things like that. And Dorian leads you into the asylum proper. And as he does, you see other Kyrogen walking past you. They see the emblems that all of you, but I guess Marcoris and Sheila and your Hellhound, but they don't know he's a person. They kind of give you a respectful nod. Some of them you might recognize if you could see their faces. And Dorian continues as you begin making your way towards the large elevator that rises up. You pass the chamber ward that you stayed in for a week last time you stayed here. He continues and says, we thought we had enough problems with those things, the warp spawn attacking, but we've noticed that some of the patients have gone missing.
Missing? Thought you had a big wall.
What do you mean missing?
I don't know how to put it in any other way that they are missing. They're no longer here.
Did you notice this before or after you put up the giant force field?
This was before. Just before. Maybe just after, I can't remember. We were too preoccupied with keeping everyone safe before we noticed that they were missing. We thought it might have been some of these warp spawn, but we have not found any bodies. The warp spawn can't get in through the barrier, and we've cleared all of them out, as far as we know, from inside the asylum.
Right, but I mean, if those outside, if the warp folks got extra warpy, then maybe the folks inside turned into big oogie boogies and wandered off.
We have many watchful eyes. We would have noticed.
Sure.
Anyway, please,
You've been keeping yourself busy. Very.
Yes, we have. He opens the elevator grate and says, "Well, after you. I'm sorry, Goliath. You might have to go in by yourself afterwards."
His name is Beefcake.
I'm sorry.
Beefcake.
Apologize, Sir Beefcake. You might have to come in separately due to your size and weight.
Here, Sheila, wait here with not keeping company.
No. Right behind you.
Mentally command Sheila to pinch him on the butt.
grabs her fingers with my butt cheeks.
If one of them breaks off.
Joke's on you,
Snap.
I got the glutes of a goddamn gator.
Well, she just lost one of her multi-attacks.
Just lost one of her
arm strike. Nice job. She's now less viable in combat. Anyway, it takes you a couple trips, but you make your way to the top of the asylum to where the chambers of Sigismund reside. Dorian goes up, knocks on the door a couple times. There are 2 Kyrogen standing at attention at the door. They allow him, and he's like, "I will be back in just a moment." And he kind of nods to you. It seems like he smiles, tries to smile underneath his mask, and is gone for some time. He returns a few minutes later and says, "Sigismund has been awaiting your return outsiders and is anxious to see you. If you please." And the door opens wider, allowing you entrance to go see Sigismund, the good doctor. And yes.
Yeah, no, it sounds like you're about to say we're going to take a break, which that's fine.
Yeah. As you guys cross the threshold and find yourselves within the chamber and office space of Sigismund, the good doctor, that is where we will take our break. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us tonight. That hour went by very quickly, but I'm really excited to see what happens next. We will be back in 7 to 10 minutes, and go grab a drink, grab a snack, use the restroom, and we will see you shortly, and we'll find out what happens next. Love you guys. We'll see you soon. God damn it. Welcome back. Thank you, Justin.
It's a medical term, Cole.
That's true. That's true. Anyway,
so is Phallus.
You guys find yourselves in the chamber of Sigismund, the good doctor. Marcorius, you've never been here before. The rest of you have. But I will re-describe the room. It is a circular chamber with some small rectangular indents. On one side is a sort of a living space. It looks like a bed and maybe like a small little counter. On the other end, there is a bookshelf or bookshelves full of books. And on the opposite end of you, there is a looks like alchemical tools, like test tubes and stuff like that. Sigismund this time is currently, it seems like, trying to find a specific book. As he's up in there, the bookshelf has a ladder because it reaches pretty far. Or he doesn't need a ladder. He's flying. He is an Aarakocra. So you see Sigismund in the air, flying and trying to pick out a book. You can see his clawed hands kind of poking about. And to describe Sigismund, he is a Aarakocra with some black feathers, some of them seemingly maybe starting to turn gray. He's wearing a very kind of flat brimmed hat, and he's wearing a nice suit and some like gray black robes that allow his wings to be free so he can fly if he needs to. You guys sit there for a moment, and he finds the book he wants, and yes, and he grabs it and flies back down. He says, "It is good to see you again, outsiders. It has been some time. We are beginning to think that you weren't coming back. Did you find what I am looking for?"
Oh yeah, we found it, all right.
Good, where is it?
Damn more.
Oh.
I'm sorry, this is awkward. Howdy, I'm Marcorius Day, Order of the Emerald Claw. Nice to meet you. Ambassador to Lady Ilmero. But it's a hell of an asylum you got here. Looks like y'all have been busy.
Yes, and we have. It seems that you have replaced two of your outsider friends with a couple more, it seems.
You sent us on a suicide mission.
Traded
What
up.
did you expect?
This is
She knows she can't see him, but she's looking directly in his in his direction, point blank. And all the eyes blink at the same time.
Yeah. This mission was supposed to be simple once you found the laboratory, which it sounds like
Well,
you
then,
may
if
have.
it was supposed to be so simple, how come you knew exactly what we'd run into? Sigismund, we're not here to play stupid anymore. We found exactly who you wanted us to find and heard absolutely everything.
His eye.
This is not a time to play coy.
The rest of you see his eyes furrow a little bit. He says, I am sorry, Erganasi, I do not know what you are speaking of. Perhaps you should tell me. Regale your tale of what happened.
So
Marcoris is watching this like a tennis match. Just like.
First of all, we ran into a giant tentacle-faced man who decided he was going to go ahead and kill 2 of ours. 2 of our people died.
An Alhoon, an undead Illithid. We found the body later. But go ahead.
We have done business with Halifax in the past.
You are not going to interrupt him while he's talking.
2 of them goddamn ruined goddamn 2 of our men. They killed them. One of our priest. And the other one who also worshipped the goddamn gods.
His name was Calder.
Nock like has like this furious face on himself, and then he points at him and says,
And then we ran into your mines. Into a weaver. Giant spiders.
We ran
then we
into
came across her.
Dr. Karina Leasht, who conveniently told us the entire story about what you did to her. We saw the being she became because of you. You think that we wouldn't have found out. You think that she died down there. She did not die. The Weaver took her in, gave her new body, new soul. You should have seen what he did to her after you tore her in 2. And I take out one of her notebooks from my bag.
Mm-hmm.
We know
she was feeding like soul balls to that Weaver thing, trying to summon him up. You should have seen it when we slammed those portals closed, and a bunch of the Weaver's legs went like we were at Red Lobster's. You all don't have Red Lobster here, but it was something else.
Sure sounds like you have a lot of explaining to do for us.
What do I have to explain? I told you that I believed Dr. Crane Leash to be dead, which was the
because you
truth.
killed her and you thought you left her behind. Well, guess what? You didn't. And like I told you before, we know everything, so cut the shit.
Cut the turd.
And what is it that you think you know everything? What lies did this
That thing
tell you?
that you think that you want, that you wanted us to get for you. You understand that we know what that is now too. And you're not getting it. You think that we were going to come across a primordial eye.
Nock
And
like
give it to
double-taking.
you.
I need Marcoris and Nock to roll insight checks.
Go ahead.
That's a 21, baby, a 19 on the die.
Why can you hear me? No, we can't.
Marcoris,
Yeah.
as you're watching this conversation go back and forth,
I'm a little, so as an aside, Marcoris is like used to like being in royal courts and like stuff like that, and he is loving this. This is like Game of Thrones for him. Go ahead.
Yeah, and go ahead. He as soon as Whis mentions the primordial eye, he lifts his beak just a bit, and his brows furrow.
Is that surprise and confusion?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he continues. I am sorry that you had come to such difficulties. A deal is a deal. You say you will not give this to me.
Well,
you think you want to rid...
You want these? She'll throw him the diaries. Her diaries. That's what you asked for.
No.
That's what you get.
That is not what I asked for. I asked for
the papers. You
asked for the warp stone, my dear. I care not for the investigations, the experiments.
We found no warp stone. You want soul stones? Go down there. There's a whole mine of them. We found these in the eye. No warp stone. So whatever you thought was down there, which you were sorely mistaken from the start, you go down there and you find it yourself because you killed 2 of ours. And by my recollection, that means you owe us 2 of yours.
I never said this was going to be easy. If I recall, I said it would be difficult.
No, at the beginning of this conversation, you told us it was going to be an easy endeavor, did you not?
Yes, simple, but not easy.
Simple. Maybe you, alerted man, should go and check your dictionary once again.
I tore that bitch in half for you.
Even this one behind me can understand that the words simple and easy quite mean the same thing.
Says the zombie.
I thought you were pointing at Knock. Knock goes, right.
Agree to disagree, then.
Well, you got your books. I don't know what you want about your stone.
I thank you for these, even though that's not what I asked for. I asked for the stone. The books. If there are answers, they will be very deep. But the reason and cause, the way to rid this plague from this district of Vedranis, the stone, is the only way.
Well, then you can go find it yourself now.
Well,
Knock chimes in and says,
You tore her in half. And she fused herself with a giant spider. She shot the gun of Comora's ancestors at her. We went through an entirety of hell and back for you, from a graveyard to a mine, to dealing with the undead. And now, we've given you what you wanted. Give us this damn cure. So we can walk the earth as we did before.
You are mistaken. You have not given me what I wanted. I have asked for something very specific. And you have not come through. Warp stone, as I have said. If you do not have it, then you do not have it. I can compensate you for your time, for what you have brought me, I suppose.
You sent us down there to get a cure. That is what you sent us down there for. was to go ahead and get a cure for this.
He like wafts his hand around like just the outside area and whatnot behind him.
I know the cure.
Because
I
you
just
created this in
need-
the first place.
Is
You're the
that
one who
what she
started it
told
all.
you? Is that
Yes.
what that crazed woman told you? Are you going to believe a crazed
She's not crazy.
thing?
She might have been wrong in her own ways, but she was not crazy.
I have known her for a long time.
Just
She
because you
was
know someone
always
for a long
crazy.
time doesn't justify that you are able to tell the tale of who she was when she is gone. You killed her out of spite and malice. You were an evil man with evil deeds and evil thoughts. No word that comes out of your mouth is one of truth, honor, or valor. Like I said, you want something done, go do it yourself now. We have no business with you no longer.
You outsiders do not understand. I must have been, I was foolish to put my trust or my hopes in outsiders like you. Well, as I said, if you want compensation for your lost friends, I can provide some. But where you have not held up to your end of the bargain, I cannot hold up to mine, and you may leave. I'll continue on
Gladly.
your way.
And Wisp is going to try to feel her way out of the room. She's had it.
Gladly.
She's literally she literally, it's gonna be one of those moments. 110%. She's had it with this guy. She wants to knock him out.
Knocks away that premonition of knocking him out and like puts his arm like in front of her. So it's like the first thing like you grab is his forearm and you're trying to walk backwards. And he says,
Do not deal our cards until we have exactly the hand we need.
he looks at him, looks at the bird. The bird.
You sent us to go ahead and find a cure. Your words, to end this plight that goes ahead and plagues Vedranis.
No.
Now you say, from the mention of this warp stone, if this is what you need. Whisper said it. We've seen it. I will go ahead and you strike a bargain.
Nock puts his hand on his head, weary from the pain of the many days that have come behind him.
We are sick. You have the cure. Meet us halfway on this two-way street. The stone is safe. But only we can bring it to you. So much of what we face down there is not enough for 300 Kyrogen or 500 Sentinels. And trust me, I've seen those statues. Heal us of this.
Heal? Hail.
Heal us of this. And you will get your side of the bargain.
You see this strange look in his eye. I don't think Eric Hawker can smile. But if they could, you would see this, not malicious, but this, he's just got this look to his eyes where he says, "Ah, you did a fine bit."
Yeah, we said that we'd seen
No,
the
your
diaries and the
Ergonasi. Oh, so the Primordial Eye is the warp stone. I see. It seems that you and your friends do, well, where is it? If you bring this to me, I can promise you I will keep my end of the bargain and I will do you one better.
Insight check.
Okay.
Before he even finishes it, she wants to know if the first part's true.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Pause.
So, okay, so,
the primordial, wait, hold on.
The primordial eye is the warp stone.
Right.
That's why
but I just said the primordial eye is what we've already mentioned. No, we found the primordial eye.
You never mentioned that
she was trying to make. Yep. She was trying to make it two separate things that we found this, but it's not what you're looking for.
Was the warp stone?
But I didn't say the warp stone was a primordial eye either.
Yes, you did.
You said we have the stone.
You have the stone.
You said we have the stone.
Then you said the primordial eye. So
and then you said the primordial eye.
No, I meant we found.
So he
the
put
stone.
2 and 2 together.
And we have found.
Yeah, it's okay. It's totally okay. I was trying to keep them two separate. It's totally okay. Here, let me roll this insight check.
Fuck that bird in particular.
I got 13. I got a 13.
Without you being able to see and just listening to his voice, you just don't trust his voice anymore. But you're not sure because he's telling you, like he's saying he'll keep his end of the bargain. So it's really it's tough to determine.
Okay. Okay.
I will tell you this: you bring this stone here. I will give you where you need to go. I will tell you how long it will take to get there. And I will tell you who you need to find. I can cure this malady of yours, but I dare say that she can do it faster. I will give you this if you bring me the stone.
So I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I'm no confusion. If anything, the primordial stone, whatever the hell this damn thing is, it's down there. We couldn't lift it. I don't know what the hell it is.
That is very true.
Roll a deception. Sure, I need you guys to roll deception checks.
Can I give him help? Can I give him help by convincing him it's the size of a large beach ball?
Listen, I'm a little confused on wording, if anything, just because this is outside Derek being confused. The the overall me mentioning the stone, the primordial stone.
So I'll tell you. I'll tell you his thinking. So I'll tell you kind of the play-by-play is that he was like, he did not know based off the insight check that Mark Horace succeeded. Unfortunately, Nock failed. That he didn't know what the primordial eye was. He was curious because you mentioned a name, so he's like, "Oh, what's this?" But he hadn't mentioned anything yet. He played it off as he continued on not wanting to mention it. He kept that kind of back in his playbook. And then, as you said, we don't have it. He's like, okay, well, then I'm not going to keep my end of the bargain. You can go. And then you said, we have the stone. And then you mentioned primordial eye, and now he's starting to put these things together. 2 and 2 together. Yep.
Yeah.
Stupid barbarian is stupid.
That's okay. That's totally okay. That's totally okay.
Hey, by the way, you didn't believe shit.
I'll give you advantage with Wisp helping you.
I'm convincing him that it's the size of a large beach ball. It's quite large.
He doesn't know what a beach ball is.
Should really get out more.
Should teach him what a beach is first.
Yeah, probably. There's no beaches in Vedranis.
Okay, I'm gonna write that down. No beaches.
There is no beaches in Vedranis.
There are no beaches in Vedranis.
Take that as you will. Bring me this.
I'm sorry. I'm just kind of, I gotta be honest. I feel kind of like a third wheel here. I just sort of wandered in out of nowhere. But let me see if I can't.
Including a hellhound and a zombie.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, they're good. They're good. And Jerry, And like Jerry, who is visible on Wisp's shoulder, just like sitting there glaring at this guy, right? Yeah, we got a whole part. It's the thing.
Yes, you lost 2 and gained 3. It seems
Yeah,
like.
sort of. Yeah, give or take. It's complicated.
Doc snarls a little bit at him.
So, I mean, you're telling us we bring this stone or whatever to you. I mean, we're just take it up to your front gate. You tell us where to find the lure weed and who can help us turn it into a cure. Yeah.
Precisely.
Now, do we have your word that you're not going to use this stone to like, I don't know, like wipe us off the map or something? And use some sort of weird magic we don't know about?
Wisp face palms so hard.
Why would I use the stone against someone who helped me?
Why did you start this illness in the first place?
That's the question right there.
Again,
what would an evil man want to do with something so powerful as a warp stone when he knows the cure to the thing that he is trying to treat people of and trying to
It is confusing. You started, you're trying to cure it. I mean, there's
of all of those people out there that you're now incinerating piles and piles of bodies for. You are the cause of those people's deaths. You are the cause of every single home that is left in ruin. You are the cause of this zombie's death and the death of its children.
Sheila waves.
What have I done?
And we are supposed to continue to believe in a man who is vile and decrepit in every way.
Wisp is real, man. They've had a long day. You got to understand where we're coming from. I mean, a little bit of perspective here that, like, I ain't never met you before. I don't know you from Adam, but it seems like we're in a place where we don't know who to trust. It's a whole big thing.
You are now placing your trust into a crazed doctor who was cut in twain, came back to life after making a deal with some dark being, and yet you trust this one, who gave you nothing.
Again, not so much trust as we're sort of like we're gathering information.
I have been working.
Nothing to lose.
And
She
I
has
don't.
nothing to lose. You have everything to lose. This, everybody outside, they all bend to your whim. They all listen to you. They all trust you. What would you do without that? Who would you be without that? You have everything and then some to lose. You were the architect to this entire infernal machine. I would be willing to lose my life over the belief of that woman who was slain by your hand than any word that comes out of your mouth. You may be able to fool everybody else under your thumb, but you will not fool me. And you will damn not fool us. Not twice.
Nox slides behind the Wisp.
Bring me this stone, and your worries about me will be no longer. I will give you the information you seek, and you and I will never have to see nor speak to each other again.
I look down at the floor.
It's dark.
And then I kind of like, I kind of look, yeah, I'll kind of like look in the direction of where I think the other two are, waiting for their answer. They clearly know how Wisp feels.
I mean, really, you know, obviously we're gonna have to talk this over. Just give us a little bit. Do you mind if is there a place around here we can get some grub, find a place to sleep, something?
Yes. I will have Dorian escort you.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, again, long day. Everybody's a little bit high strung. And, oh, 1 second. And it reaches into his pocket, pulls out a business card, gives it to Sigismund. So again, Mark Horsteg. Nice to meet you.
Kind of flips it in his finger, like looking at it.
It just says Mark Horsteg. That's all it says. But it's really nice. It's like, all right, we'll just go with Dorian then. Dorian?
You hear the door open as he steps through, and he says, "Yes," and he looks to Sigismund. Escort them and find them a place to
rest and give them some food. Give them the utmost courtesy that they deserve.
As he looks at each one of you in turn.
Oh, that's borderline ominous, but all right. Thank you very much.
Nock turns around and says underneath his breath,
I want to wear his beak as a mask.
I don't think the fantasy world has an equivalent to flipping people off, but I'm mentally flipping him off.
One fucking double bird.
You're giving the bird the bird. It's fine.
I'm giving the bird the bird.
The bird.
Bird is the word.
It's the word. Off we go. As soon as we're in a place with some privacy, I'm going to turn to the others and I'm going to say, I mean, yeah, that guy's a piece of work, but listen, I hope Wisp, I hope you don't think that I'm on his side or something like that. But I mean, if he knows how to cure you with these things, I mean, he's got under his thumb, right? Wait, birds have thumbs.
He's not going to tell us information that we don't already know. The only thing he would be telling us is the name of the person we need to seek out once we get to where we're going. We know that it's north. We know that we need a tea. We know that we need an herbalist. We just don't know how long it is to get there. But it's a swamp. There's got to be a people there. There's got to be someone else. We can't just rely on him and expect him to give us what we need. We can't do that again. Look what happened the first time. And she kind of like tries to find where our barbarian is and like plead in his direction, like look what happened to us the first time. We lost 2 people. And like she tries to like turn to where Kimura is and just like emotionally with her blind eyeballs reason with them without saying too much.
Nock feels like he's like crouched up next to the bloodhound. Is bloodhound? What was the
Hellhound?
What's the man's name?
Hellhound.
Hellhound. He's like crouched up. Feels like he's like pouting at the helm, like whimpering. He's like,
The man who played us.
and Nock's like kind of like hitting at his head.
Not yet. He doesn't know what the primordial eye looks like. He doesn't know how large it is. What if we find something we can dupe him with?
With a double switcheroo.
Like another beach ball.
Like another beach ball. What if we try and find something?
The old bait and switch.
What if I try to talk to the eye again?
Nock like puts his hands up.
No.
No.
You're not going to try to
know.
speak to the damn eye again. The last time you did that, you grew 7 pairs of
I know
eyes.
its language. With the tarp over it, maybe I can try to speak to it. Maybe you can try and... I just want to ask to see if there's something else around that we can use. If it can point us to another warp stone.
Y'all, I mean, it doesn't sound like he's going to force us to stay here. If we're going to head north and do this on our own, let's go. I mean, let's not sit around here playing court games. To be honest, you all seem very nice. You're not good at it.
No.
Okay? So like you're too, I don't know, forthright, I guess, or some shit. Let's get out of here. Let's head north. Let's find this person. One way or the other. Get you cured. Then we can figure out what to do with that eyeball. But if there's some way of ending what's afflicting this city, I guess. I mean, we're going to have to find that as well.
Nock shakes his head, looks towards Wisp as well as Marcoris and the rest of the party and says,
Blue Trenchcoat's got a point.
Thank you.
If anything, they think that we're going to go ahead and leave. Find the giant eye and bring it back to him. We'll take that time to make the journey ourselves.
I mean, if we want to deliver this eye to him, we might as well, we can tell him, yeah, it'll take us a while to get there, get back, and go.
We could try asking one of his Kai or Java, and we can see if they would know. if they know where to put us in the right way.
Let me do that.
Sure.
Okay, so he's making a plan to talk to one of the mid-ranking Chirurgeon. But what time do you want to leave? You want to leave before nightfall, before dawn?
He says as soon as possible. Ask Dorian or whatever have you.
Yeah. I'll talk with Dorian. Don't you worry about that. Okay. Here, you, Sheila, you take Wisp, and y'all find your stuff. Get it together and get ready to leave. And yeah, quick. But I'm gonna find Dorian.
Okay. It takes you a minute. You have to maybe ask around, because he left you. He takes you to where you're where you can eat and rest and whatnot. Yeah. And then he leaves you. Okay. And then you have to ask around, and they take you to a private surgery ward.
Oh, interesting.
And you're allowed to enter, and there's only, as you enter this room, you can see the kind of the late afternoon sun begin to kind of set behind some windows. You can see the snow still falling. There's a hush and a quiet over the room, as like I said, there's only two other figures, and you see who you presume is Dorian because he has his mask off. You see a younger, maybe mid-20s young man with just his hair is longer, but it's kind of matted down and it's kind of wiped to the side because he's been wearing the mask all day. You can see sweat, and then you see a elf who you don't recognize. He's got a buzzed head, and you can see his right arm is missing about almost to his elbow, just past his elbow, and from there it's wrapped up. The rest of the party, if they were here, would recognize Roderick. And it seems that Roderick and Dorian are having a hushed conversation with each other.
Okay. I'm going to stand at a distance.
Excuse me.
Sort of acknowledge. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all.
It's all right.
Didn't mean to interrupt. I was hoping I could have maybe a word or two with one of y'all in private.
He kind of looks. Dorian looks at Roderick, and Roderick replies,
"You're fine. I'm not going anywhere."
"Thank you, sir." And he stands up, straightens, and puts his mask back on, and you can see him kind of tighten the belt, the kind of the two belts that kind of fasten the mask there, and he puts the kind of the cowl back up, and he the muffled voice rings out,
"Mr. Degg, was it?
Yeah.
What can I do for you?"
Are we someplace where we're alone?
I mean, we're alone here other than Roderick, but why?
Nothing. I just wanted to have a private word. Honestly, I mean, some of the stuff that's been going on today, there's a little bit of this, a little bit of tension with Sigismund about confusion about what we were supposed to do and all this stuff. My friends are real sick, and well, we promised Sigismund. Is that how you say it?
Sigismund.
Okay, all right. We promised him we'd go and get this thing that he really wants, this big orb thing or something. I don't know. And in exchange, then he would tell us where to find this lure weed and some woman that knows how to synthesize it into a tea that's a cure for some of the symptoms. Is this ringing any bells with you?
I mean, yes, I mean, we use lure weed in our masks here, but
sure,
I'm not of a station to go out there. I'm not sure what orb you're talking about, though.
Oh, no, that's not important. Do you know this woman, the person he's talking about?
Are you speaking loud enough for Roderick to hear? No.
I've heard mention of someone who stays there. I know some of the Kyrogen have learned things from her, and we have taught her some things as well. But Roderick would probably know.
So she stay. Oh, all right. Well, maybe I'll check with him. I mean, I know a little bit of healing too. If I can look at his arm.
I don't want to go above my station.
Yeah.
If you have terms with Sigismund, I couldn't possibly.
Oh, no. I understand. Dorian, why don't you here? I'll talk to Roderick, because is he higher up than you? Is he like, are you friends or what? You boyfriends or what's going on there?
He's second in command.
Thing going on? Okay. Why don't I talk to him?
He's my mentor.
Oh, wow. Super. That's great. Yeah. Here, why don't you? Would you mind leaving me alone with him for just a second?
He kind of looks towards Roderick.
I'll be right outside the door.
And he steps out and closes it. Roderick looks up and looks at you.
I don't recognize you.
No, him, man. I'm a latecomer. You know, I sort of came in from out of town and ran into these folks. They lost someone, bugbear named Victor, I think.
I think it was Vada. We had some conversations before.
Oh, I see. All right. They were real broke up about it, but now they got me. This woman that does the lure weed brewing, she live up in that swamp?
Kind of looks around and...
Why is this information pertinent to you? I am aware of the deal that you have with Sigismund, though I might not know the finer details. I know that you have terms with him.
I don't know. I mean, can I just level with you? Like, can I be vulnerable for a minute?
Vulnerability is a strength that not many possess, though it could be a weakness as well.
True. Put it in the wrong hands. Listen, I don't necessarily trust the rest of these friends I've got. Okay? But to be honest, I don't trust this Sigismund fella neither. I don't know him. I mean, you know him better than I do. Okay? My biggest worry is that they're going to fly off the handle, do something they regret. Now, if I can come to them with this knowledge of this is where the magic tea witch is or whatever, you know, it'll go a long way to earn their trust. And I promise to you that we'll get you that stone that Sigismund is after.
Why do you not go to Sigismund with this? Why do you come to me?
Well, again, you know, like I was telling your buddy, we were up there earlier today, and honestly, Beefcake and Gust, they're real ticked off at the loss of their friend, and they're not in their best mind. They need someone with cool level heads like us. You know how it is working with other people, trying to keep a level head about things.
Right. I suppose I can understand. What is it that you want?
Well,
you just want this information.
Yeah, I mean, it's north of here, right? But this woman, do you know her name and how we find her?
I do. Well, answer me this.
Sure.
What is it that you're giving Sigismund? What is it that he wants?
Oh, you don't know?
No.
Can I do an insight check here?
Sure.
I'd like to know, like, how he feels about what Sigismund is up to.
Sure, yeah, go ahead and
roll.
Okay, like, I'm looking for some sort of, like, sign of mistrust or something. I just did 12.
12. With your vague understanding of Sigismund and your compatriots' views and maybe demeanor on him, you wouldn't be surprised if he's holding stuff from other people.
Okay. So where I come from, I'm part of a group called the Order of the Emerald Claw, which you've never heard of. Don't worry about it.
No.
Okay. Now we are places with ranks and positions and titles and stuff. I'm a knight. Can you believe that? Look at me. Do I look like a knight?
No.
No, I don't. No, you can see, but I am. But I report to people that are higher up all day long. They keep me in the dark. They send me off on these missions, dangerous things, right? Living in precarious environments, going to different places that are strange and unusual. Lots of risk to myself. And every time I talk to them, I say, you know, it's just, wouldn't this be so much easier if we were open with each other about what we're doing? And they say, no, we got to control the flow of information. Trust me when I say this to you. And I lean in real close to him, right? And when I do, the air is like shifting around Marcoris just a little bit, and his eyes become pools of blackness.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks at him, he says, I have been alive for 81 years. I got no plans on dying anytime soon. But the only way that we get through this is if we help each other with what we know. I'm willing to tell you what this thing is. If what it's worth to you is knowing how to cure my compatriots.
I do have to say, I personally care little for your friends. I do not know them.
I barely know myself.
But what I do care about are my Kyrogen.
I see.
You tell me what you know, and we can strike a deal. You and I.
He kind of sits up and leans forward in his chair, in his bed.
Tell me what you know.
And Marcoris, is there a chair nearby?
Yeah, there's one that Dorian was sitting on.
Right. Marcoris spins it around like Captain America, and sits in it. It straddles it and says, "These warp stones. Again, if you know all this, forgive me. I don't know what you know or what you don't. They're not stones. They're chunks, particles, some primordial elder being, some god, striving for control over the city. Not the only one, neither. I mean, we fought this big spider. There's a spider god. It's a whole thing. Anyway, this stone that Sigismund wants, it's used to be one of the eyes of this creature. It's about yay big, and he takes his hands the size of a beach ball. And he says, it's creepy as hell. It watches you. It changed my poor friend Wisp into having 2 eyes, and then they had 7 eyes, and now none of them work. These are the things that are warping people. These are the things that are posing a danger to your Kyrogens. It's part of a god. Now, what do you think Sigismund would want with that? I mean, potentially to reverse it. but potentially to reassemble it. Can you imagine what kind of havoc that would wreak on this city and the people you care about? That's all I know. Your turn.
Not quite.
You want to know where to find it?
I want to know where to find it.
All right, I can do that. You got a piece of paper? Wait, I got a piece of paper. And I pull out a piece of paper. And I draw him a map.
You finish writing it, and he looks at it. He's like, he says,
"This only does me so good.
I understand.
You and your friends are going to take me and my most trusted to that location. We
All right.
We will bargain there. Once that piece is in our possession, I will then tell you the information you want to know."
Guess I got no choice but to trust you, huh?
And I guess I have no choice but to trust you, Mr. Degg.
All right, Mr. Roderick. Do you have a last name?
Just Roderick.
Okay, all right. Let me present this to my friends, and I get the feeling it'll go over well. Hey, how's that arm feeling?
It's felt better when I had one.
Sure, yeah. That's tough. All right, and I slap him on the shoulder.
One more thing.
Yeah.
In your conversations with Sigismund, he didn't say anything that I might need to know that would inhibit the safety of my Kyrogen.
How about I take you to where this eye is? You tell me where to find things that help my friends, and I'll answer that question for you. Because the answer is yeah.
Takes a long look and watches you.
It's a little give and take. It's fun, right? It's like we're playing a game of checkers.
I don't think this is a game, but very well.
It's a metaphor. It's a metaphor.
Discuss with your compatriots.
Yeah. All right.
Send Dorian in after you.
Sure thing. And sort of walk past Dorian as I go. I'm like, all right, Captain Hook's in there. Oh, you don't have Peter Pan. Never mind. I keep on going.
You know, Doc, sometimes I just want to find where you live just so I can slap you in the back of the knees.
I wasn't even sure what I was going in there for, but I just knew I wanted to be charming.
Loved it. Fucking loved it.
And then a little bit spooky with spooky eyes and things.
Yeah, that's a side we haven't seen.
Spooky time.
I've never used that yet, and I still haven't used it fully. You'll know when you need to make a saving throw.
So you find your way back to your group. Busy themselves eating, resting, whatever.
Has 3 trays to his left. He's on his 4th.
Hey, and I'm gonna fill them all in. I'm like, you guys know that Roderick guy, right? He seems more trustworthy than other people. Certain other people, right?
Yes, I would say so.
And then I'm gonna explain this whole thing. I'm gonna do this out of character, just sort of say, you know, like, this guy really cares about the Kyrogen as people above everything else. Wants to keep them safe. I get the feeling he doesn't totally trust Sigismund. And so I led him down the path to believe that Sigismund might want to harm them. right? Or can't be trusted. And so I explain the deal. I say it's a little give and take, but I'd rather tell this guy where the eye is than tell Sigismund. But I want to present that to all of you. That's it.
I'm open to it. If he cares about them as people, if he cares about the things that Sigismund might want to do, then he's a better candidate to know its location than Sigismund himself.
Mm-hmm.
If we can get what we need and put it in better hands, then sure.
How about that last piece? He wants to know what Sigismund said to us in there.
I say we tell him everything. It seems like all Sigismund wants to do is keep this chaos brewing and keep him in charge of everything. He knows how to cure it.
Power wants to see power.
Yeah, he caused the death of all these people and continues to keep choosing to keep them sick under the premise that he knows how to cure them, but just doesn't have the means. It's false.
Look at the rest of us. That eye did what it did to Wisp. And its offspring is what it's done to me.
Yeah.
If he has the eye.
And Aiden.
Looking for a cure.
Aiden's a dog.
Aiden's stuck.
Eat.
He's like sitting, like he's trying to
pick up a fork and knife.
Well, like he's like, yeah, like, well, what Mark Horace didn't see is when you guys all sat down. Aiden sat down as well, like a dog, but then tried to start. He like pawed the plate and the spoon and the fork, and he just like hit them onto the ground. He then like bit them and tried to like scoop food up, and then he failed at that as well. Yeah, and then he's now sitting at the table just snarping food normally, like as as a dog.
Normal
for a hellhound.
Normal dog out drow things.
All right,
he's still got his like paws on the table.
All right, Jerry, and he's gonna send Jerry off in a very dramatic Jerry fashion to invisibly fly in and land on Roderick's chest and appear and speak with Mark Horace's voice. Say, okay. Hey, we're gonna leave tomorrow morning. First lot.
No. We do this in the dead of night.
Ooh, fancy. And this is all coming out of like Jerry's mouth.
Magic finger guns. Ooh, fancy.
I would suggest you leave soon.
All right, meet us outside in an hour.
We're not going with you. We will arrive separately in the middle of the night. To avoid any unwanted attention.
All right. Well, I mean, yeah, that sounds good. We shouldn't have a problem. All right, so long. And then Jerry slaps him on the shoulder. Flies off invisibly.
Is it Knock just like as like eating his food? The last thing he's gonna say to everybody goes,
"This will be one interesting week."
Freeze frame.
Yeah, 90s sitcom transition.
Credits.
Everybody make me a perception check.
Oh, I have to use my disadvantage.
You have perception.
Hold on.
Holy.
Jerry.
12.
I rolled a 13 and Jerry rolled a 15.
Okay. As you guys begin to
17 from now.
Make your way, you stand up and begin your preparations. When you knock, you notice that Kimura's not with you. You are about to stand and leave the table to maybe go look for her when you see a scrawled scroll rolled up, and it's been placed in front of you. You don't know how it got there. You don't know when it was placed there. But there it is. Scroll.
Nock reaches out and grabs it. What does my barbarian brain read?
Do you know how to read? Does Nock know how to read? Sorta.
I see.
It says.
I take it. I go.
Yeah.
And what was it? Wisp next? Wait, she can't see.
You're like, Wisp, look at this. Wait, hold on this.
Jerry reads.
Yeah.
Bird, come here. Read.
I am not a bird. I was a commander of many great armies, but yes, I will read this note.
Bird things. Read this.
It is a note from Kimura. And it says, I must apologize. I am not great at goodbyes. Not that this is a goodbye, a final goodbye, but, and then there's like ... Never mind.
Jerry stops reading, and Marcos goes, she's right, she is not good at this. And then he proceeds.
There's something I need to do, and this is something I need to do alone. At least for now. Seeing fallen comrades down with that fucking spider has made me realize I need to go and do what I came here to do.
Nock hears the last words roll off of that. The tongue of the
Jerry,
bird.
would you like to hear my impression of Kimura?
No.
And he kind of just like rolls up the scroll and crushes it between his big hands. He looks over to Wisp. Macoris, I'm guessing, is making eye contact with Nock because he's read it as well.
It looks like we lose 3 companions.
Looks like it.
Y'all have a heck of a turnover rate, I'll tell you that much.
Y'all forgot to read the PS. Just kidding.
Wait, there's more.
It's a goose. No.
It essentially says, like, to paraphrase, it just says, like, I'll be back. I might need you, but this is something I need to do alone for now.
I might need you. Oh, on call.
Read between the lines. Yeah. I think she has
Clap
a crush
party
on
you. Party on. Nock still crumpers the fucking thing back up and goes, and like puts it like in a pocket or satchel and like keeps the letter for later.
He eats it.
Well,
yeah.
Wisp kind of takes a moment, and she's been traveling with her cowl down for the longest time. She just kind of takes a moment and stuffs her long hair into the back of her cowl again and throws it over her head. Just kind of like readjusts the backpack on her shoulders, and you can tell that it physically weighs heavy on her, hearing, what Nock said. And in her stature right now, being unable to see and feeling very inadequate and embarrassed, she can't help but hide or try to hide. There's a look on her face of just utter defeat. And she just kind of hangs her head.
She feels a small hand, like, pat her on the shoulder.
And then a very big hand.
And then a voice say, "There, useless being.
She will actually just like tap his hand.
He's trying.
Yeah, she'll tap his hand because she can tell. She can tell he's trying.
Knock puts his hand on her back as well and then brushes the bird off.
Ow.
It's okay. We are stronger in number together. We are stronger in number together.
And Knock kind of like looks up, looks at his 5 trays of empty food.
We should get going.
Sure you don't want something for the road? A little
Picks up
snack
Chorus's
bag.
tray.
And we make trails.
Make trails.
Make trails.
Make trails.
Okay. You guys
We still have
begin
the trail
making your
mix.
way
Thank
without
God.
any of the chocolate.
All the
Where's
chocolate
the
was picked
trail
up, but
mix?
we still have the rest of it.
Yep.
I'm gonna legitimately take some out. I'm gonna hand some to Marcoris, and then I'm gonna hold up a little baggie for his little rat friend, flying rat friend, and then
Rat bird.
yeah, I'll hand one out to everybody in the party, and
House
then
rat.
I take some myself. And as we start on the trek, I'm snacking on some trail mix to make myself feel better.
Yeah, as you are kind of like rummaging through your pack to find the trail mix, wrapped up in another cloth, you find the little remainder of not lore weed that you guys had shared so long ago,
Yeah, dude.
all together.
Yeah, dude.
And
I roll up a doobie for the road.
Nice.
it leaves you, it's a bittersweet feeling as
Yeah.
2-3 of the members that you had enjoyed that one, maybe brief, maybe awkward, sometimes
Smoke
quiet
session.
moment, smoke session together, are gone. Some of them,
She actually just keeps it in her pack. She's gonna like kind of look
Yeah.
at it when she's rummaging. She's gonna change it to a different pocket so it's by itself. It's not just like has a purposeful pocket.
Sacred
And then,
weed.
like I said, yeah, sacred weed.
Can I,
She'll divvy everything out.
can I do one last small scene before we move on?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which is that later, after all this, after they've all smoked this non-illegal substance together, and Jerry is sitting on Wisp's shoulder, just sort of staring ahead, and he says,
You spoke to that bird with great anger and righteous fury.
Yes.
And you are not as useless, maybe, as I thought.
No.
That's it.
It's because he's a warrior.
Quiet, Rockman.
Knock says very confidently, then looks to the rat bird. Mind your tongue.
You are harshing my buzz.
You mellow me out, man.
I just picture
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
Jiraxius with a fucking little itty bitty blunt.
The size.
So basically, yeah. So I wanted to keep most of it. I want to keep most of it
Yeah,
because Wisp has a plan for what she would want to do with it.
Jerry
I
has
roll
a very low
I roll
tolerance
enough
also.
just so everybody gets a little bit of a taste, so that we can all kind of relax.
Mhm.
But I imagine he's holding it. He has to hold it with 2 hands. And
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
Like
Can
he
you
has
also
to
turn
hold
French?
Yes, he also.
Yes.
All right, then, Jerry.
How does a
Jerry.
French Jiraxius sound?
Oh, I don't even want.
I
No.
gotta workshop that thing right now.
I don't even know where to go because my French is way up here and Jerry's way down here.
You're useless.
This is so good.
Wah, wah.
Wee. Wah wah.
Wah, wah. Marcy corn cobs.
Marcy corn cup.
Marcy corn cups is how the French bunch says thank you.
I really
video
wish
you
there was
should
just
watch.
like 20 people playing that like just all French people, just so we could have like a whole bar, like, and someone go wow 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 wow. There's endless wow ways.
Is this my invitation to write a one shot in which everybody plays one of the French bunch?
Oh my gosh, yes. We would all play.
Don't worry about it. I got
this.
It's done.
But yeah, so as we trail off, all of us are smoking a tiny little bit of this not lure weed and eating trail mix.
All right. And you guys begin making your way back to the homestead in which you hid the Primordial's eye. And as you come across
Vodder's body.
And Vodder's body. And as you kind of begin to rise up the hill and it comes into view, that is where we're going to end for tonight.
A little somber. Oh god,
I've never seen an air genasi so passionate, and then a rock man just throw that shit into the wind.
Yo, wind can be.
No, it was beautiful.
Angry.
That was beautiful.
It was wonderful. Absolutely, Wisp. Absolutely, Ray. Well played. Top drawer.
Oh, I've missed this so much. I love you guys.
I love you more.
So much.
Dad, it's so good to hear you say you love me. I have to write about it in my diary. Oh my God. Dear diary, Daddy finally said he loved me after about 17 episodes.
More than that. What is this? 22
episodes so far.
Hot dog. Listen, we're past technically a season 1 of a TV show. Just want to let that out there.
That's way more hours.
To me,
we're almost
way
at 2
more
seasons
hours.
of a Mike Shore TV show.
Yeah, to me, this is kind of like a season finale in a way.
It feels like which would be funny if it happened before we had 2 weeks off, but yeah.
Well, we have one more week off because we won't be here next week either. Our producer will be out of town, out of availability, but we will be back on the Thursday after that, which is looking at my calendar, the 11th. We shall be back the 11th to see what happens here. Thank you everybody for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for the hype train, all the subs, all the follows, all the likes, all the bits. We appreciate you guys so much. Let's just go around real quick. Tell us who you are, where you're at, where we can find you, and all the exciting stuff that is coming up in your couple weeks. Let's start with you, Derek.
Sure. Hello, everybody. My name is Derek from atop Dark Mountain, where you can find me on top of that place, on that mountain of the name, above. What I'll be doing for the rest of the week is I will be jumping into role play with Chuge, a lot more Native American stuff coming on Lennon with Salt and Peppering and some of other people. I did get a chance to play D'Lo Brown earlier this week, and that was just, it felt good to be able to go ahead and play someone not so serious. Oh my God. But we're starting up the BDA, which is the Beatdown Agency, aka debt collecting agency that will literally work with all bartenders. If you don't pay your tab, we're gonna beat that ass. So that's gonna be a bunch of fun. And this weekend on Sunday, we're gonna be doing a subathon, which would be awesome. It's gonna be a spoopy Halloween subathon. Unfortunately, with health at home, COVID and the pandemic, trick-or-treating for the kiddos won't be a thing, unfortunately, but we're going to do our best to make our best having it at home. So expect some dance parties. The incentives are ridiculous. I think I have one of them where the kiddos will shave my head, so I might lose all my hair if that ends up being a thing, which would be a lot of fun. But there's a bunch of other stuff in the subathon, so if you're not a part, of the Discord or on Twitter, feel free to follow me there so you can find out all the fun stuff happening there. But that's all I'll be up to for the next few weeks is hopefully not getting my head shaven and having a blast with you guys, playing some spoopiness. And also, there's a turducken stream on there too. I don't know about y'all, but I make a turducken every single year. I fuck birds. Wait a minute. I fuck birds together. I put them inside of one another, and then I fuck
not better.
Yeah.
Yeah, heard it here.
And with that being said, segue.
Segue. We're gonna segue right to Ray. Ray, please save us from.
Oh hey, I'm right. Or
Derek's
with the brick here everywhere on the interwebs. You can find me here every Thursday playing Wisp, our wonderful spicy air genasi. I don't know why I said it like that, but hey, or you can find me on my main channel with a brick right there. Right now, I'm playing Red Dead 2. We're playing a playthrough of that. It's going to be really fun. But most importantly, this Sunday, if you are free and have nothing going on from 6 p.m. Central until midnight at the earliest, we'll see if I can last longer than that. But I am doing my second annual charity Halloween bash. I'm so excited. This year, we are raising money for the Chicago Coalition for the Homeless, a little bit more closer to home. I'm going to try and raise that money so people aren't cold and hungry this very, very cold season. So come by. I've got incentives. I got milestones. They're really fun. It'll be a wacky time. So if you're interested in that, come hang out with me, 6 p.m. Central over on my channel on Sunday. But besides that, you could catch me there whenever the heck I feel like being there.
Yeah. And everybody, please go support these two. They're amazing. Go do
they are.
And support Justin because we love him so much. Yes, you shut your mouth and accept my compliment. God damn it! What are you doing this week?
Hi. I'm Doc Rimbo. I'm Doc Rimbo on Twitch. I'm Doc Rimbo on Twitter. You can find me either one of those places. Whenever I used to say Doc Rimbo on Twitch, it didn't mean anything because I barely ever streamed at all. And lately, I've been streaming again, so you can come over there and see me play Wild RP, which is a Red Dead Redemption 2 roleplay server that many of us know about. Lately, I have been playing my senior deputy, Jonah Harper, a bit, but I think this week, Princess Biscuits will come out here and there and see what she gets up to. That'll be fun. I just had a great time tonight. It was so nice to be back. It was a very espionage episode, but that's great. That's where Marcoris really thrives. But I also appreciated getting to see a little bit of the darkness in Marcoris and a little bit of the humanity in Jiraxius. I guess I don't know if that's a fun little dichotomy there that I've been having a lot of fun playing with. I'm here every Thursday night, and except next week. Yeah,
boo.
That factual.
I will just say the next few episodes should be super fucking hype. So make sure to tune in and hang out with us. Make sure to go support all these wonderful people in all their wonderful places. I'm Lakuta RP or Cole. I don't know why I say it like that.
I don't know either.
I use my username first as if it's my first name, but you can call me my actual name as if it's my username. Anyway, it's a brand. It's a thing. It's fine. You can find me at LookatRP on Twitch and Twitter, where I am active sometimes on both of the things. I want to stream some spoopy stuff too. I don't know if I'm going to get to it this weekend, but maybe the beginning of next week. I want to play through Soma, which I love the Amnesia games, which is Amnesia: The Dark Descent was actually the first game I ever streamed. So it'd be fun. Game. It is. It'd be so much fun to go into Soma. So I might stream that sometime next week. We'll see. But anyway, we appreciate every single one of you again. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us each and every week. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you.
Thanks for the hype train and all the gifted subs that came around, and
we got a lot of subs. We got a lot of some new followers. Quite a few new followers. So we appreciate that as well. And all the big.
I'm gonna post that Franch Bonch YouTube link in the chat.
Oh, do it. Stick around after the credits, everybody. We're going to be rating Perception Studios. Make sure to go give them so much love as well. And we will see you guys in a couple weeks. Remember to stay safe, love each other, and just be happy if you can. And we will
just be happy if you can is the send off.
Yes. We love you so much. We'll see you soon. Bye.